Hello, my loves, and welcome back for another video. I am so excited to be bringing back another episode of my Girl to Woman series. First and foremost, I want to give thanks to everyone who watched my last episode. The comments are insane. You guys shared with me in such a beautiful way and really described a lot of the things that I had experienced or that I noticed other people had experienced. And it's just a beautiful way for me to bring everyone together and start a conversation about things that maybe just don't feel as comfortable to talk about, or there's just not enough spaces socially that are discussing these things. So that's kind of my point of doing this Girl to Woman series. Now, that being said, I want today's topic to be a little bit more positive or just kind of inspiring. I believe that when we are kind of transforming and transitioning in our 20s specifically, there's so many different eras in your 20s that you kind of go through that really allow you to reach that like peak womanhood if you allow yourself to. Now, do I think that every woman is going to have this transition and this transformation? No, I don't. But I am speaking to the women who are highly ambitious, who are independent, who really want to flourish in a completely different way than the collective. And this particular topic is going to be specific superpowers that I think every woman should either have or enhance in their life to flourish, succeed, and to become the best version of themselves. Now, I am so eternally grateful that I was raised by a mother who taught me how the real world actually works. I was definitely not brought up in like a fantasy world, and I wasn't super naive growing up. Granted, there were some things that were a little jarring and shocking when I entered womanhood and when I started being by myself and navigating life. But for the most part, I knew about the evil in the world. I knew about greed. I knew about people who were shisty and weird. And I knew about certain experiences that could happen to me or around me that could really shape my reality or shape how I feel about things. So I was definitely not someone who went into life scared or fearful, but I was definitely aware. Now, that being said, I really want to help prepare you guys to be your best self. I do believe that how you look at things really does shape your experiences, and it really creates a specific type of bubble around your life where maybe you are extremely aware, but you also really like to find the joy in things. So I want to discuss the powerful things that women should enhance or create in their life that will make you unstoppable. Let's get into it. Before we get back into today's video, I want to thank HomeGlow for sponsoring this portion of it. Now, if you guys have been following me for some time, then you guys know that I love cleaning my house. I don't know, there's something about the ritual of cleaning my house top to bottom that allows me to feel a lot more peace and less chaos in my space. But there's just certain areas of my home that I don't like cleaning, and the bathrooms are definitely one of them. And as someone who does like to host and also likes to live well, I want to make sure that every single area of my home is cleaned properly and even deep cleaned properly. And this is the reason why I love HomeGlow. HomeGlow is a top-rated home service cleaning platform that you guys can access today that essentially allows you to browse all of the home cleaners in your area to deep clean your house. I hire a cleaner. It's very easy. I pick someone who has good reviews, someone that's flexible with their time on a day where I'm able to go out of the house with the dogs, do my own thing while they clean the house. You literally go online, you choose a date and time that works for you, and boom, your house is clean. And another thing that I absolutely love is the HomeGlow Forever Clean membership. It literally helps you save money on all future cleanings, and it allows you to schedule your cleanings in advance. So it's one less thing you have to worry about. You literally set a schedule for reoccurring cleanings, whether it's monthly or every 2 months or every couple weeks, and that allows you to see your perfect schedule come into fruition. A perfect time to get your home cleaned is when the seasons change. So I'm already thinking about the deep cleaning that I'm gonna have scheduled for next month. You can scan the QR code or you can use my link and you will get your first 3 hours of cleaning for just $19. Trust me, sometimes the best form of self-care is being able to come home to a clean house. Thank you again, HomeGlow, for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get back into today's topic. Number 1, this is a superpower that needs to be mastered by women in order to flourish in a completely different way, and it's to stay regulated during crisis. We are going to experience crisis in our life if we're lucky. Now, I say if we're lucky because the truth is, in order to be alive, flourishing and living a long-lasting life, you are going to experience loss. You are going to experience hardships. Now, I'm not saying that we should be like so elated and excited about bad things happening to us, but I want you to really get real about what that could look like. Now, when you are navigating crisis, you need to understand your emotions. You need to know how you deal with things and how you can either improve it, how you can either shape it, how you can create a good community of people around you during that time. This all needs to be discussed internally. You need to have these mental health check-ins with yourself so that you can be a regulated, calm, collective person. Now, I don't think that the expectation should be that you are like the most even keel person, even through tragedy and grief. No, but I do not want you guys to ever completely lose yourself in the grief, in the tragedy, in the trauma, because that is the devil's initiative. It wants you to step away from all the beautiful things in life and it wants to steal your joy. Never let that happen. Whatever it takes for you to prioritize your joy, please do. We are going to lose our parents, possibly get ill, break up with partners, lose really great friends, get fired. These are all things that just happen inevitably in life. I want you guys to think of these scenarios and exercise some proper protocol mentally on how to navigate these things when they come up. You also really need to be selective with who is around you, who is in your life when you are experiencing crisis. If you're dating someone who is extremely belittling, who doesn't possess empathy, who doesn't care about you in depthly, you might be going through a lot of these struggles alone. The next superpower that I think women should enhance is the ability to multitask. If you can get a hold of your ADHD brain, of your procrastination, of your inability to balance, you will master all things that you need. You need to learn to not become overwhelmed with the fact that life will never not be busy. Life never slows down. You will always have something, very much something, on your plate. And if you can multitask and if you can manage it and if you can learn how to create systems in your life to go through these inevitables easier, why not? I have created tasks and lists and systems that allow me to function better in society. I do get overwhelmed and I know exactly what I need to do to make sure that that doesn't happen as often. I learn to incorporate self-care. I learn when I need to really lock in. I know exactly when I need to rest. I know when I need to be alert. When you have these things kind of placed in your life properly, you can actually navigate quite a bit. I have definitely gotten better at multitasking the more that I strengthen my habits. So when I put a new habit in my routine, I strengthen it. I make sure it becomes something that's easy to do over time. And then I add a new habit. And the more that you do that, the more you can multitask because you're putting more and more things on your plate, learning how to manage it, learning how to navigate it before you put something else on your plate. And the more that you do that, the more you'll be able to manage it because it's going to become a part of your subconscious. If you're someone who's always procrastinating, who's pretty lazy, who's incapable of doing multiple things at once, you can't go from that to jumping into doing everything at once. You'll never be able to stick to it. Incorporating small things into your routine little by little will allow you to build this system. The next power move that every single woman should learn to really enhance her life is the ability to say no even when she wants to do things. We are going to have certain experiences that are presented to us that we might want to do even when we know we shouldn't. Now, there are a million things that could be coming up in our lives that require for us to step away, to isolate, to lock in. And most people, the collective, will usually go towards the thing that they should have said no to because they want to be around their friends. They want temporary relief. They want to feel good in that moment. And they're not looking at the bigger picture of things. I want you guys to look at the bigger picture. Sometimes saying no means sitting out of certain things that you would actually enjoy because you want to enjoy your life in a greater way down the line. I was the girl who was not having that much fun in my early 20s. I was building my career. That was important to me. I wanted to lock in with my career. I was not going out. I wasn't really spending a lot of time with my friends. I wasn't traveling. I wasn't overly spending a lot of money. I was locking in. And it felt draining at times. It felt kind of depressing. And I'm not saying that you should say no to everything, but I think a lot of people struggle to say no at all. If you start saying no and you start locking in, you'll be able to grow. You'll be able to see things in your life transform in a completely different way. I really do believe that the people who are able to give themselves maybe temporary pain, or not even pain, but just they're going to have that FOMO. They're going to experience that FOMO. If you can give yourself that temporarily, you will notice that in this waiting period, God is preparing something way more beautiful for you, something more long lasting, something more fulfilling, something more satiating. So that is something that I want you guys to be inspired by in this growth and waiting period. Okay, the next thing is big. For all of my lover girls, for all of my relationship girls, and this even can have something to do with friendships or even circumstances and situations in life. A woman who is able to walk away from something, even if she loves it, because she knows that the program is bigger. There is something waiting for you on the other side that makes way more sense. I think a lot of women settle in fear. They settle in love. They settle in friendship. They settle in certain situations, in career. They do the thing that makes them feel good in that moment. Not really thinking about, am I going to like this in 10, 15 years? Is this going to make sense for my life? Is this something that is going to be good for the future of my family, my businesses, and my own sanity? When you are capable of walking away from things that you love, you will get blessed with something way greater. I know that it can feel extremely lonely at times because you see so many people around you settling. It's a trap. This is what people do. They try to get you to accept less because they did that. That's how they chose to live their life. And they have not actually seen blessings come from walking away. Well, as someone who has walked away many times from many different things, I can confidently say that every single time I've accepted something again, it was a greater experience. It was better and it made more sense for me. The more that you're able to walk away from what you love, the more that you will get blessed with things that are more aligned for you. You can love something from a place of hurt, from a place of misunderstanding, from a place of just complacency. And when you realize that the program is bigger, that there's so much more that you want out of life, you will actually get those things. So learn to pivot, learn to move forward, learn to love yourself the hardest. Learn to love what is meant for you the most, not what is making you feel good right now. The next superpower that I think you should work on is taking up space. Become a woman who takes up space. Going on solo dates, entering spaces that are foreign to you, going up to somebody that you've never met before and speaking to them, being confident in this, being someone who is not afraid to have your own authentic style, to have your own vibe, to have your own company that you enjoy. When you become good at taking up space, nobody can remove you from the table. You were always meant to be there. I think a lot of people are stifled in life because they shrink themselves, because they have social anxiety, because they're afraid of being somewhere that they don't know. I can confidently say that there were times in my life where I felt the same way. If I was not involved in this space repeatedly, I did not feel secure in it. And when you sit in any space, stand in any space like you own it, like you know it, like you belong there, you will belong. There will be a lot more luck that comes into your life when you walk around like you belong. It transforms how you're received. It's an energetic thing where people are more drawn to those who are not afraid to stand alone, who are not afraid of their own company, who are not afraid to be in certain spaces. You will have more luck in connection, in community, in dating, in friendships when you are willing to go and do things by yourself. Take up space. Do not fear being in the room, even if you don't know anything. That's okay. It's something you will learn. Life teaches you things when you are involving yourself. Do not be someone who doesn't involve themselves in the day-to-day life, because you will never learn just sitting in your house in solitude, not actually experiencing things. It's just impossible. You cannot become street smart sitting in the house. You have to go out and experience it. And this kind of goes into my next particular point that is an extreme power move for women, and it's the ability to talk to anyone. If you get out of your socially awkward ways, if you become the girl who can chat with a brick wall, you're gonna win in life. These are the women who really are polarizing, who are really making moves. When you can speak to anyone, when you can spark conversation, when you can ask questions, when you can make good eye contact, when you can remember things about people. This is really how you build connections beyond just the surfacey things, beyond just your inner circle and a few people you know at work. No, being able to talk to anyone puts you in the rooms, gets you remembered, makes you unstoppable. You have no idea what the gift of being able to talk to people, to articulate yourself well, to listen, to really just be in community with people. That is a gift. Learn it, understand it. Stop telling yourself, I can't, I'm scared. You will never grow and become the best version of yourself if you don't put yourself out of your comfort zone. I explained in a recent video that my mom had put me in a position where I had to answer phones at a workplace place because I had a fear of talking on the phone. And when I tell you, being put in that atmosphere, yes, although it was scary at first, taught me so much about how to have better decorum, how to socialize better, how to really just enhance the qualities that I was afraid to even acknowledge I had. So when you put yourself in these environments, you learn to be better. Be able to talk to anyone. You will be remembered and you will be unstoppable. Okay, this is kind of a unique one that I thought about today that was so important. And it's being a woman who is not easily fooled by the stats that people try to sell to people about women or success or just anything, and that you are okay with being an anomaly. I remember I would see all these things like every single person who gets abused as a child becomes an abuser. Now imagine I fully embraced that stat. That would make me an abuser. I have learned that yes, although some statistics can be true and that some things can be the common situation, that it doesn't have to be my situation. It doesn't have to be my life. You know, when people say, oh, nobody ever marries rich, there's nobody out there. That's you. That's you, boo. I'm not saying that it's common, but I'm not going to take on your fears and your thought. You have to be okay with standing out, with being the outlier, with waiting for what works for you, because if you want it and you desire it, it usually can happen. There's a reason why you want and desire it, and it's because you're seeing it happening somewhere. So do not let the world guide you into being okay with BS. True, powerful women get what they want. Yes, you're gonna sometimes take a hit. You're going to sometimes experience pushback. You might even have to wait longer than others, but I much rather wait longer than others than settle for something that was never meant for me. I even saw this study that actually a man said on TikTok that was so inspiring, that a lot of the women millionaires actually were mothers prior to becoming millionaires. And it was such an interesting thing that he kind of broke down, because I think a lot of women are sold that once they have kids, their life is over and that they'll never be able to do anything with their life. And that's kind of how you put people into a box and you create something that makes people feel stifled in life. I do not think that any situation that I go through will ever prevent me from prevailing. And if you continue with that mindset as well, you will be unstoppable. And the last powerful thing that I think really makes a woman stand out from the rest and really allows her to become the most flourished version of herself is being able to embrace your solitude and to be alone, essentially. You have to know that being in your own company is such a blessing. To be able to think in your own company, to enjoy it, to experience the peace that comes with it, to know that there's so much creativity that thrives in your own autonomy, independence, and solitude. Women that need to always be around people are very weak, in my opinion. If you constantly need to be in spaces with people and you don't know how to be alone and you don't know how to enjoy your own company, you are not able to truly thrive. You need to learn to be okay with sitting in silence, with being alone for an extended period of time even, and enjoy it. Understand that positioning yourself to always be around people does not mean that you'll always be around good people. You need to stop thinking that being around people is a better option. I have learned in life that I rather be in my own company than be around bad company. And when you actually enjoy and embrace that thought, you welcome better people into your life. This actually helps you make better friends, create better community for yourself, have amazing connections, because if you enjoy your own company, why would you let somebody throw that off? Why would you let somebody throw off your peace? You wouldn't. That's the point. When people cannot be alone, they're okay with keeping bad company around. So learn how to be alone, learn how to stand alone, learn how to enjoy your alone time so that nobody can throw off your peace again. You'll know when there's somebody in the space that shouldn't be there because the energy will be disrupted. Do not allow that to be the case for you in the future. These are my 8 powerful tips that really encourage women to be their best selves. If you do these things, if you enhance these things, if you really focus on these things, you will be unstoppable. You will be unforgettable. You will be unrecognizable. Do not make the mistake of not pedestalizing these things. These are very important things that every single woman should embrace in her life. Let me know down below a powerful tip that you think women should really embrace in their journey to womanhood. I would love to hear from you guys. I love when you guys sound off down below. It means the world to me. Thank you again for tuning in, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, everyone. Mwah.